Hello, hello. Okay, this video is to show a small customization I did for when I run debug mode. Okay, so this I'm going to show you what it looks like without the little customization. So I have my code here, I have a breakpoint, and it's going to stop there as soon as I start debug mode, which I start with this one, debug Python file. Here we go, Python file. All right, so let's give it a go. And the terminal starts up. We get the little buttons that we use for debugging, and it is stopped at the breakpoint. For my purposes, for what I'm going to use it right now, I don't need to see the terminal pop up every time I run debug. What I actually want to see is these guy right here. Okay, so I'm going to stop debug mode. So to keep the terminal from popping up, is what I needed to do. For my project folder slash my workspace, I should say, I added a VS Code folder, a .vs Code folder, added a settings.json. No, I'm sorry, launch.json. And this was like a default template that I put in. I changed the name so that I know that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to show the run and debug console, I guess is the right word, or panel. Uh, so to make sure that the terminal doesn't show, it's this guy right here. Console, set it to the value to internal console. And by doing that, you won't get the terminal down here. In order for it to use the launch.json file, so that it knows to use that, here, let me bring my code back up. It does, don't do this. This is what I did, right? I mean, you could click on it and this is what happens. It goes here. And then, oh, well, I guess you could do it this way. There's the one that I created, run and debug show, and then click, and it gets to the breakpoint, and look, no terminal popped up. I'm going to bring up the panel at the bottom, though, so we can see that we see the debug and run and debug panel with Control J. And there it is, run and debug. This is not traditionally, but by default, it's over here on the side. But all you do is grab the icon for it and then drag it down here, and it's down here, which is where I wanted it to be because this array was kind of like getting wide and I didn't want to have to keep on dragging this to the right. So that's why I put it down here. So it can be as wide as it wants to be. So yeah, let me do that one more time. So you could either do that where you go up here and do that and then do that. Or instead of doing all of that, now that we have this launch.json, if you press F5, let me show, oops, no, not that. Yes. If you press, so if I go up here and I do debug start debugging. That's the one that we want. By default, its default keyboard shortcut is F5. So this is a generic debug mode start, whereas this one gives is a debug start specific to Python, and that's fine. But by doing it this way, you don't. By doing it this way, it's not going to run your launch.json, and by doing it this way, you're doing it an extra step. So all you have to do is, I'll pull up the palette again. Is what was it? Debug start and start with, I'm sorry, right here, start debugging. Notice it doesn't say Python, it's just a generic start debug mode. But because it's, I guess because it's this generic start debug mode, it's going to use the launch.json file if it exists. So I'm, rather than click here, I'm just going to click out of it and use the F5 key, F5. And there we go, we're in debug mode. I'm going to pull up the panel at the bottom with Control J. And awesome, we got the this is showing the watch variables. That's what I wanted. So let me pull this here. So it's displaying the watch variables that I specified I want to see, and I hid these ones because all I want is this. So yeah, there's the array, which is this guy up here, and the variable r with the index I, showing that it's a value of 2. If the index is 1, right? At position one, the value is 2, and yeah, the rest of the variables. So to recap, if to make it so that the terminal doesn't automatically pop up when you start debug, create a launch.json file. Make sure that you have console, internal console, set to internal console, so that when you do run debug mode by way of F5 slash start debug, you don't get the terminal. And yeah, that's in case anybody wants to know how to do it that way. All right, thank you.